Hey everyone, this is Samuel7 here with another review. So, today I'm going to be reviewing the anime Trigun. So, without any further ado, let's begin. Okay, so the story of Trigun follows our main character Vash going around the world, eating as many donuts as he can, while making sure that no one dies. And along the way, some really dark storytelling ensues. That's essentially the premise in a nutshell, but the story's actually a lot more complicated than that, and honestly, I liked it. Don't really have a lot of anime that do that, and what they do is really great. Story? Bit of a kind of a mess here and there at the beginning. First 4 episodes might steer you away if you decide to watch them, but they're not bad for what they are, but I can see why some people wouldn't like them. Long story short, has some issues, but once you get past that, it's a great story. So how about the characters? Okay, first you have our main character, Vash the Stampede, or Love and Peace. I love doing that every chance I get. Okay, essentially, Vash, as I said, is someone who wants peace. That's an understatement of the highest quality, but essentially, with Vash, to him, all life is sacred, and anyone, no matter who they are, has no right to take a life whatsoever. And I agree with what he says, don't get me wrong. I love his idealism. But the fact that he can do this multiple times, it's like, yeah, I agree with it, but it's like, it can be pretty unrealistic at times, but again, not criticizing him for it, just saying could have been worked on a bit better. But despite the complaints you're hearing from me, Vash is definitely one of the greatest protagonists I've ever seen in an anime, and I would love to, like, if they ever decided to remake Trigun, I would love to see that, but I know it won't happen. But moving past that, next up we have my favorite character of Trigun, Nicholas D. Wolfwood. Insert dick joke here. Go ahead. Anyway, Wolfwood is my favorite character because among all of the main characters in Trigun, he seems the most realistic, where you sacrifice the few to save the many. That's the idealistic I sympathize with the most, even though, like I said, I respect Vash's idealism. But that aside, either way you get, it's great. Also, Wolfwood's gun. Fucking fantastic. Love it. And then we have the insurance girls, Meryl and Millie Thompson. Among the two of them, I like Millie a bit more because of how I like how airheaded she can be, and just seeing how she reacts with that heavy gun that's pretty damn hilarious. And as for Meryl, I like her, but she can kind of bug me sometimes. Though, as far as tsunderes go, she's probably one of the better ones. And for the love of God, Meryl, we all know how you feel about Vash. You don't have to deny it. But yeah, the rest of the characters also are really good. Whether you have knives, the gun-ho guns, again, insert any kind of dirty joke here. The characters Vash interacts with, either certain episodes or from his past. And the darn black cat. Seriously, if you can find the black cat in every episode, and you're a hardcore Trigun fan. Bottom line, good character cast, no complaints there. So how about the animation? It is considered the weakest part of the show by many fans, and while I agree with them, I think it fits the show rather well given the time it came out, because given the fact it's got an old western type of feel to it, I feel that the animation that it has, that Madhouse gave us, really fits the grittiness of the hard world that the characters live in. So, overall, animation, while not perfect, does its job for what it is, and I have no complaints with it all that much, though I can see why people would. The music is also pretty good, and and I know I'd be crucified if I didn't mention the awesome opening, HT. Love that opening. Ending, not the greatest. I know I can definitely agree with people that it is something that really didn't fit in Trigun, but if you watch it by itself without really thinking about Trigun, you could probably enjoy it. I don't really know how a lot of people would view it if they watched it by themselves, but again, I can see why people wouldn't like it. I've had issues with it before, but I didn't hate it, so no complaints there. As with most of my reviews, this should come as no surprise. I watched Trigun in the English dub, and I plan to keep it that way. Sure, the Japanese version is good, but similar to what I said about the animation, this is a show that I feel will be better watched in dub anyway. Again, no complaints to the sub. Bottom line, should you watch Trigun? If you are if like me you are subscribed to reviewer GR Arcada, you would know that this is one of 5 anime that he says you should watch before you die. I don't agree with him on you should watch it before you die. However, I do recommend it regardless. You don't have to do what Arcada says on that. Watch it the way you want, and you should have no problems. Now, if there were any problems I had with the show, similar to what I said about the first 4 episodes, it's the slow start of it at first. It's the slow start of it that I did have issues with. But that aside, I enjoyed everything else, and honestly, that's my only complaint with it. I have no other issues. So, bottom line, Trigun, in my opinion, gets a solid 8.5 out of 10. While it may have issues with the pacing, it is a really solid show that I do recommend to people who do want to get into it. So, overall, it's a really good score from me. Alright, so that essentially ends this video, and this has been Anime Wolf 7, and I will see you all in the next review I'm going to be posting up in a bit. So until then, peace. Or should I say, love and peace!